All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're taking a deep dive into something really cool. We're going to be talking about farming, but not the kind you might be picturing, with overalls and pitchforks and all that.
Yeah, forget the old school image. We're talking about the future of farming.
Exactly. High-tech, cutting-edge stuff. Think robots picking apples, drones monitoring fields, AI making sure every plant is happy.
It's all about using technology to make farming way more efficient and sustainable. And the best part is, this isn't some far off fantasy. It's happening right now.
So for this deep dive, we've got a whole bunch of research papers, articles, even some interviews with the folks on the front lines of this agricultural revolution. Our mission today, to figure out just how this tech is going to change the way we grow food and what it means for all of us.
Sounds like a plan.
So let's jump right in. First up, AI-powered farming. Now, I got to admit, when I first heard that term, I thought, okay, is the tractor going to start talking to me? But it's actually a lot more practical than that, right?
Way more practical. Think of it this way. Farms today generate tons of data.
Mm.
We're talking about soil conditions, weather patterns, plant health, all that stuff. It's like a constant stream of information.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
What AI does is it takes all that data, crunches the numbers, and basically tells farmers exactly what they need to do to make their farms as productive as possible.
So like a super smart farm advisor, right?
Yeah, exactly. And way more precise than any human could ever be. It's like having a team of experts analyzing every inch of your farm 24/7.
So what kind of things would this AI advisor actually tell the farmer? Like, give me an example.
Sure, let's say there's a patch of your field that's not getting enough potassium, right? AI can spot that right away based on the data it's collecting. And instead of just throwing potassium on the whole field, which is what a lot of farmers might have had to do in the past, the AI can say, hey, just fertilize this little section and use this exact amount.
Oh, so that's where that efficiency comes in, right? Less waste, more targeted approach.
Exactly. And that means higher yields, lower costs, and it's better for the environment because you're not overusing fertilizer or water.
So we're already seeing real benefits from this AI farming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There are farms all over the world that are already using AI to boost their yields and cut down on their environmental impact.
Okay, so AI is helping us grow food smarter, but what about getting it off the field? I read that there are robots now that can actually harvest crops, like pick fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, that's right. Robots are stepping in to do some of those really labor-intensive tasks.
That's got to be pretty tricky though, right? I mean, fruits and veggies are delicate. How do you teach a robot to handle them without squishing everything?
Well, they're using some pretty sophisticated technology. These robots have advanced sensors and machine vision, which is basically like giving them eyes so they can see what they're doing.
See? So I was right about the robots having eyes. But seriously, how do they actually learn to pick the right stuff?
It's all thanks to machine learning. Basically, they feed the robots tons of data showing them pictures of ripe fruits, unripe fruits, all the different variations, and the robots learn to identify the ones that are ready to be picked.
So they're like little robot apprentices learning from the masters. That's pretty cool. But I have to ask, what about jobs? If robots are doing the harvesting, doesn't that mean fewer jobs for people?
That's a valid concern, and it's something we need to think about carefully. It's true that automation might displace some jobs in the short term.
Yeah, but there's some people arguing that in the long run, it can actually create new opportunities. Like people will be needed to design, build, and maintain those robots, right?
Exactly. And it's not just about robots. AI and all this new tech will create a need for data analysts, software engineers, all sorts of new roles in the agricultural sector. It's not just about replacing jobs, it's about changing the types of jobs that are available.
So maybe it's more like a shift in the workforce rather than a total elimination.
Right. It's about adapting and evolving. And it's important to remember that this technology can also help address some of the labor shortages that the agricultural industry is already facing.
Right, because finding people to do these tough jobs, especially in rural areas, has been a challenge for a while now.
Exactly. So while there are definitely some concerns about the impact on jobs, there's also the potential for new opportunities and solutions to existing problems.
Okay, so AI is making decisions, robots are picking our produce. What other cool tech is out there on these futuristic farms?
Well, we can't forget about the drones. They're like the eyes in the sky, giving farmers a bird's eye view of their fields.
Yeah, I've seen videos of those drones flying over fields. Looks pretty impressive. But what are they actually doing?
Oh, they can do a lot. Some drones are equipped with high-resolution cameras that can take detailed images of the crops. That lets farmers see things like if there are any patches of disease starting to spread, or if some areas need more water.
Wow. So it's like a constant health check for the entire farm. No more walking around for hours trying to spot problems.
Exactly. And some drones even have infrared cameras. Those can detect things like heat signatures, which can help identify stressed plants or even predict yield.
Wait, they can predict how much food the plants are going to produce?
Yep, pretty wild stuff. And because drones can cover so much ground quickly, they can gather data on a massive scale, giving farmers a much more complete picture of what's happening on their land.
So AI's the brains, robots are the hands, drones are the eyes. It's like building the ultimate farming team.
Exactly. It's about using technology to make farming more efficient, more sustainable, and ultimately more productive.
And hopefully help feed a growing world, right?
Absolutely. That's one of the big goals. With the global population increasing, we need to find ways to produce more food with fewer resources, and this technology has the potential to do just that.
Now, I know we've only scratched the surface here, but I'm curious, what's next? Where do you see this technology going in the next, say, 10, 20 years?
Oh man, that's the exciting part. It's hard to say exactly what the future holds, but I think we can expect to see even more sophisticated robots, AI that can make even more complex decisions, and drones that can do even more than just monitor crops. We might even see things like drones that can plant seeds or even harvest crops.
Wow, drones doing everything. Sounds like farmers might get a lot more time to relax in the future.
Maybe, but seriously, I think the possibilities are really endless. This technology is evolving so rapidly, and it's really exciting to think about how it's going to continue to transform agriculture in the years to come.
And transform our dinner plates, I guess.
Exactly. It all comes back to the food we eat. This tech has the potential to make our food system more resilient, more sustainable, and maybe even more delicious.
All right, so for everyone listening, here's something to think about. Imagine it's 20 years from now. You walk into a grocery store, or maybe you're even out in the fields yourself. What does that farm of the future look like to you? What's changed? What's stayed the same? It's a question worth pondering, because the future of farming is being shaped right now.
Food for thought, indeed.
All right, everyone, that's going to do it for our deep dive today. Hope you learned something new, and maybe even got a little inspired to think about the future of food. Until next time, keep on learning.
See you next time.